This being your first year competing in the head of the Charles, how excited are you to compete in this 50th annual event?
I am incredibly excited to compete in this event, and I'm sure everyone else on my team is too. Being on this huge regatta on this world stage, it's just going to be an incredible time competing in.
You and your teammates have been having a terrific season this far. Talk to me a little bit about how you've seen your team progress this season.
We've been doing a lot of work with distance and technical work, and definitely from the first day to now, our team has improved immensely in the technical area and as well as in distance.
After competing in the head of the Charles last season, what will it be like to compete this year? Anything you specifically you're looking forward to or excited for?
This year is going to be a lot more competition. We're higher on the list, so we're hoping to finish better this time. Last year it was our first time, so we weren't expecting much, but this year we want to maintain the name for the Charles.
Is there anything in specific that you've been doing to prepare for the upcoming regatta? Anything different than usual?
Well, fall season is, just head races. We don't really consider our main season, so we're just still working hard. We never dropped off the pressure or the work at all, so we're just maintaining the speed.
How are you and the team preparing for the upcoming 50th annual Head of the Charles Regatta?
Yeah, same as we've been saying for a little while. Our main focus obviously is on a championship in May 17th, but you can't pass up the opportunity to compete on a stage as big as the Head of the Charles. So fortunately we've had the fall break, and so we've had 2 practices a day for the whole weekend and lots of time to prepare again with more mileage, but this time with a little more attention to preparing the student athletes for the environment they're going to face. They're talking about 400,000 spectators at this race. That's a pretty live environment, and you've got to be prepared for that for sure. So we've been going over with the team what they can expect and how to handle that. And then with the coxswains, the unique challenges of rowing down this course.
Can you expand on the experience on what it's like to compete in the Head of the Charles?
Sure. Again, it's like nothing else in rowing or even in a lot of sports. Having 250,000 in a normal year, this being the 50th, almost 400,000 folks for 3 miles, 10 deep, can be a little bit unnerving. And there's nothing that you do that goes unnoticed. So it's for us, it's very much like being a TV sport, being in football or basketball, where everything you do is seen. It's sort of the same thing, not by the all-seeing eye of the camera, but by the crowd. And everybody has a favorite there. Some crews, they're in Boston all the time, so it's their natural backdrop. For us, we've got a new city, we've got new teams we don't normally race against, we've got elite teams there from world champion level crews all the way down to high school crews. So it's such a huge circus of rowing, excuse me, literally with tents and spectators and parties going on the shore, that it can be overwhelming, and the best athletes perform better in that environment than they do. So they don't block it out, they take in just enough to drive that performance, and that's really where we're trying to go with the team.
After the 7th place finish last season in the Charles, what are your expectations for this year?
Yeah, that's a great finish last year, and because of it, we get to start 7th. You start in the order you finished last year, so we're right up there with the fast crews. We know we've got some real good speed right behind us, so we'll be challenged early and throughout the race. Won't be the same challenge for our coxswains. Ordinarily, they have to pick their way through the field. This is going to be much more like a time trial where our student athletes are on their own for most of the race. Again, they might encounter 1 or 2 crews, but overall, it's how hard can I push myself and how well can I sustain that. In terms of the results, it's hard to say. We're faster than we were last year, but we're not racing last year's team. So the goal is to get out there and mix it up. We've got Fairfield and Marist from our conference there, plus some great school teams from Duke, Alabama, lots of big football schools there, and we're ready to mix it up with them, see if we can't do it. As far as where we place, so hard to say, conditions, everything, but hoping to get that automatic qualifying bid again for next year. If we could just repeat what we did last year, I think we'd be in a great place.